What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Anthony Joshua. Get this. Monday! Monday is the deadline. Anthony Joshua sets deadline for Tyson Fury fight as he drops retirement hint. Okay. Anthony Joshua insists his long-awaited clash with Tyson Fury has to happen in 2025. British boxing fans have been clamoring to see the heavyweight titans collide for the best part of 5 years. All right. The closest the pair ever came to fighting each other was back in 2021 when both men were at the peak of their powers and held all 4 major belts between the both of them. And of course, we know what happened to both. They got beat by the same man. Okay. And Joshua says, I've been involved in a whole lot of fights, but this has to happen in 2025. Joshua told Sport Boom of an all-British showdown with Fury during a visit to Nigeria. He said, of course, it has to happen, and hopefully it does. Time is limited, so I just want to put in more work. Time is of the essence. In 2024, when I look back, I believe I could have done more, and I have another chance in 2025 to do more. I'm going to make sure that I take every opportunity that comes my way. I'm going to go again. Ups and downs, they may happen. It's sometimes people is to some people. Excuse me, Jesus. To some people, it's already up. My life is up and down, so I have to go and get used to the turbulent times. Okay. All right. Let me counterpunch. AJ putting a timeline on this tells me one thing. This, in fact, is more than likely AJ's last year to fight. You know, think he's retiring after this year. I mean, he's made all the money that I think he's going to make comfortably. And I think at this point, the way he's getting, you know, if we see another performance or lack of, you know, like we saw before, I think he should definitely hang it up. You know what I mean? Because nobody wants to see anybody take a beating. It doesn't matter who it is. You know what I mean? Like to be fair, I think AJ has done a lot in the sport, and he's done a hell of a lot for British boxing. Then, in fact, I think if it wasn't for what he did, British boxing wouldn't be as far along as it is. You know what I mean? I'm just keeping it there. You know, and I'll say this. If you guys can remember, I was just looking up a video that I did 4 years ago, okay? In the video was 4 years ago, January 7th, 2021. Okay. And the caption is, as you guys can see, breaking news, Anthony Joshua plans to retire in 5 years. Okay. January 20th or January 7th, 2021. All right. Now, keep in mind, like I told you guys, now we look at, I have 1 year. It must be this year, 2025. Time is of the essence. So I give Tyson Fury this deadline. Look at the time. You know, so I don't even know if it's because of the losses that he's taken. I think he's always planned to retire this year anyway. I think this year is it for Anthony Joshua. And receipts like this video has showed that he plans to retire. Okay? At this year. So that being said, people, it is what it is. You know, he's set a time, set a date. If it doesn't happen this year, it won't happen. And if it doesn't happen, it'll be sad. And it'll be just as sad. Tyson Fury versus Joshua is the same as Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder, because we only seen one leg of the Three Kings fight, and that's Wilder and Tyson, and you look at it now in hindsight, would you rather see two other fights where these guys fighting each other, fighting other opponents, by fighting each other, by the other two fights versus three fights of the same fight? You know what I mean? I would rather see Joshua fight Wilder and Fury, right? And then versus Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder 3 times. You know what I mean? It's almost like the next two fights didn't need to happen. So, in other words, in December of 2018, Wilder fought Tyson Fury to a draw. The second fight should have been Joshua versus Wilder. You know what I mean? Then the next fight should have been either Joshua versus Fury. You see what I mean? So we would have had every leg or every fight or every fight that would have happened versus, hey, let's see another Wilder versus Fury. Oh, let's see it again the next year. I mean, it was just, you know, and don't get me wrong, I enjoyed the fights, but we don't know how those other fights would have happened because they didn't happen because these fights kept happening. We know how many times you got to have a sequel of the same damn thing. You know what I mean? So now we have all of these guys have lost multiple times, all of them, every single last one of them. There is nobody that stuck out. There was nobody really truly exceptional. All it took is for them to get into the ring with a particular fighter and show that they weren't. So, yes, we need to see this fight. And if it doesn't happen, it won't happen by this year because Joshua was planning to retire anyway. But I think it is ironic because now Joshua's Monday is the deadline, right? He has that mentality, you know, and I don't think it was as bad or as intense as Tyson Fury based on what he was doing that night. But it is Joshua's way of telling people that, hey, it has to happen this year. And if it's not this year, it won't be any year because I'm retiring this year. But you guys tell me what you think about this new news concerning Anthony Joshua. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch.